Sasquatch Sunset comes from Nathan Zellner, I guess a brother duo that made this really bizarre film that had a lot of people weirded out at Sundance because it is essentially just a story about a family of Sasquatches based in the woods in the misty forests of North America, possibly the last of their kind, that embark on what they describe as an absurdist, epic, hilarious, and ultimately poignant journey over the course of 1 year. These shaggy and noble giants fight for survival as they find themselves on a collision course with the ever-changing world around them. It stars Riley Keough, Jesse Eisenberg. Those are the main two that we are staying with for the entire film. Well, I guess that's a slight spoiler there. And then Nathan Zellner, the director, is also in one of the Sasquatch costumes, as well as Christoph Zayek Denik. Probably butchered his name. I'm very sorry for that. But Lachlan, I think we both kind of like this film, even though it is very bizarre and weird. And there's just like a bunch of shitting, pissing, fucking, and that's mainly the movie, right? I don't know what else is going on there. Or did you feel the existential dread that they feel in between those moments of seeking the, I guess, wild pleasures?
I think it's a really interesting film in a lot of different ways. I think that for some people who are experiencing big changes in their life, which at the moment I'm not, you could probably get a really good, like, life-changing experience watching this movie, because this movie is about changes, how quickly they come, how unexpected they can be. There's a lot of really interesting and exciting themes in this film that you can kind of break down and enjoy. And in between that, yes, there is very in your face shitting, pissing, fucking, throwing that shit, death, love, family, loss. There's a lot that
Sounds
it
like a
throws
Fast
at
and
you.
Furious movie.
Yeah, fuck. In the sunset, the sun always wins. But what I would say is that the film isn't perfect. Like there is a point where
Yeah.
the crazy over the topness wears off, and you're kind of left just watching this. But there are some really like just fun moments that you just sit there and they don't say anything. Like the characters don't talk, obviously, and they kind of just either grunt at each other or they look at each other, or just a teardrop falls down one of their eyes while they're listening to like a song in the middle of a forest because they've stumbled along a campsite. And that moment is just, terrifying and exciting and sad. And it's also such like a funny film. Like it just, because it's so absurdist,
Yeah.
it just makes you kind of just go, what the fuck am I watching? Why am I watching this? What the hell's going on? And you just enjoy it. So yeah, no,
Yeah.
I had a great time. The film isn't even that long as well. It's like at 90 minutes. It's perfect for runtime. It's perfect just to, throw it on with your mate and just enjoy it. It's just a fun film.
I'd agree. I feel like it has a lot to offer. Like when I initially heard about this premiering at Sundance, I thought that it might take more of like almost documentary look approach where you're looking from at them from afar, and it's a lot of like still shots, not really motivated camera motion and stuff like that. And when I watched the film, I was pleasantly surprised that there's a like narrative drive within those scenes where we slowly get to learn a bit more about these really wild creatures. And I liked it because it's very simple. It's very obviously, they have basic needs, but then you can also relate to it on like the smallest scale of like their struggles, and like you said, how quickly sometimes just shit hits the fan and you just gotta adjust, and that's your life now. And I feel like it does that in a way that if this were humans, you'd have to have a different approach about it, but because they're not even able to express themselves verbally, it just makes for an interesting film that I'm glad exists. It's weird as fuck, but it's certainly entertaining, and I found it quite funny as well.
I think my favorite part about this film is that it's primarily sitting at like a 3-star rating, and I think that it is like a really like perfect example where I completely agree with people who go 3 stars, and I completely agree with people who go 3.5. Anyone who kind of sits at a 2.5, I just don't think they kind of enjoy the film as much as what it can give, but I think that this film is predominantly just positive. It's good. It's not, it's not going to change your fucking life, but it's just enjoyable, and that's the best part about it. It's a film that doesn't
Yeah.
demand you be absorbed into it.
It's also not a film that I would recommend to everyone. This is like a 2024 film you'd have to see.
I'm
It's
recommending this
more
film to everyone.
it's more like if you are intrigued by that premise, where it's also a bit more than just looking at wildlife in a way, and these creatures that the US public is constantly debating if they exist or not. The ending as well, I'm not going to spoil it here. I feel like it's also like pretty sweet. It's like an odd ending to have to just end there. I also like that it's not about the approach of look, their territory is constantly being taken away. This is nature going against them. It's more just about their lives and the struggles that they have within them. It doesn't need to have like a bigger thing to say in it. It's just like their lives. And I found that oddly refreshing when you always have like a plot thing where there's something hugely existential that goes beyond our core group, where they have to fight for something. Or this stays simple, and I like it for it.
I think
And
it's really funny
you
because there was a film this week that I thought was going to be more environmentally conscious and give you themes, and I thought that was going to be this film. It's not. Evil does not
yeah.
exist is way more in line with nature and preserving it and those themes, where I
Mm.
thought that was going to take a bit more of the back burner. But either way, I completely agree with your statement there.
Ratings wise, I'm gonna give it a 3.5 out of 5. And it's the same for you, Lachlan, or are you landing
No, I'm giving it a three and a
differently?
half out of 5. I like how we both agree.
Yeah,
That's cute
that's
when we
nice.
both agree.
Yeah,
I think it's nice when
very
we
cute.
both agree on something
Yeah,
instead of
this
arguing all the time.
about how wolves is just two old guys and I don't care.
I don't care.
Anyways,
Yeah,
that's it for
great.
Sasquatch Sunset. The movie is now available for premium VOD, so you can go get it now. I think you can also rent it. It's not just buy, so it should be pretty affordable. I see it for like $6, and I think it would be worth your money there.